Hi, welcome to Vegetables, day 103. Didn't even want to do the video today because it's as if I've just given up. And it's not that my mind has given up, and it's not that my heart has given up, but just something inside of me that just won't quit eating crap. So maybe it is my mind's given up. My heart hasn't. But my mind has. And if my mind doesn't get back in the game, my heart will give out. So I had McDonald's for breakfast and lunch today. For dinner, I had roasted vegetables and rice, brown rice. So that was really good. But before dinner, while it was cooking, I had cheese and cheddar crackers. It's like the cheese and peanut butter ones, except for it's cheese and cheese instead of cheese and peanut butter. I had a package of those, and it wasn't the 6-pack, it was the 8-pack. I had, what else did I have for before? Oh, I had a piece of Scott's frozen pizza. It's Jack's sausage and pepperoni, and he had me add some cheddar cheese to it. So I had a piece of that. Plus, I've had 2 pieces of banana bread and and 5 of the muffins that I cooked yesterday. I mean, the muffins, they're okay. I mean, because they're a whole food. So, I'll count that as healthy eating. But the rest of it was just crap. And I don't know where to go from here. It's like I got all these ideas and stuff going in my head. I'm watching video after video after video. I read book after book after book after book. But something is just stopping me. My desire this morning to not wash the dishes far exceeded my desire to eat healthy. My desire to not do the dishes is so strong that they're still not done. Even though yesterday morning I started the day without dishes. Started yesterday morning with not one dirty dish. Today, I still haven't washed the dishes that I dirtied yesterday, cooking lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And snack, dessert, whatever you want to call it. I'm at a loss for words. I did weigh myself this morning. I think it was like 238. But I just weighed myself about half hour ago. And I was 241.2. So, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know where to go. Scott and I did have a long discussion today about the garden. And so I did mow some grass so that I could, and I mowed some grass, and then I had bought some totes, some Rubbermaid totes, and put holes in the bottom, and then put twigs in the bottom because I got really big ones. And you don't want to fill the whole thing with dirt. One, it's good. One, it's not good for drainage, and two, it's just way too much dirt. So I did get 2 of those filled with twigs, about 2/3 or a third of the way full. And then I bought 2 bags of raised bed topsoil. I put them in the one because, yeah, I mean they're big tubs. And I got them placed in the garden where I wanted them. So I started sort of kind of the garden, and I'll work on it some more tomorrow as long as it's not too cold. So I did get exercise today. And in the realm of exercise, it's 4,893 steps, which is equivalent to 2.2 miles. But then I come in and, Scott has pizza, and I had roasted frozen vegetables on top of rice with salt and pepper. I mean, it was super easy. It was super healthy. But just because I spent time outside, now my back hurts. My leg hurts and my back hurts, and I'm tired. I didn't sleep well last night. Again. And so this morning, I just kind of was just snoozing all morning. So I got nothing else done. Which is another reason I haven't done dishes. As you can tell, I'm very frustrated today. For the move goal of 600 calories, I'm at 494, so that's 82%. So if I would have kept it at 500, I'd been over 90%. Which, you mow the grass, you move. But even though I mowed the grass and moved that dirt and such, it only recorded 1 minute of exercise. I guess because my heart rate doesn't get up high enough. For the stand goal, I'm at 15 out of 12 hours, so that's 125%. So I haven't sat down a lot today, other than this morning when I snoozed off and on. So, I mean, I'm just really discouraged today. And Scott didn't ask for McDonald's. Oh, which is a whole nother story. Gotta tell this story. So, order McDonald's through DoorDash. Done it many, many times. Never had a problem with DoorDash at all. Never. Well, there was one time that the Dasher forgot my drinks. And so I got a credit. I contacted DoorDash and I got a credit. Before the Dasher left, I asked her, I said, there's no drinks here. And she was like, well, this is the only bag they gave me. So, that was on McDonald's. But today, she comes up, I always greet the Dasher. Always. And she didn't say a word to me. Not one word. Brings the bags up, and even though the instructions say to put on the table, sometimes they don't always see that. So I'm like, I always tell them just put them on the little table there. Because I have a little, I don't know, outdoor end table. Those little metal wire mesh ones that go between chairs on your deck. Yeah. But I have one of those sitting on the deck, so that when the food gets, when I do order food or something to be delivered, the instructions always say to put it on the table. And even then, I tried to tell her, I said, well, can you please put it on the table? And she just looked at me like she didn't understand what I said, just put the bags down, didn't say thank you, have a nice day, or here you go. And usually, they stop and take a picture. She didn't do that. She just set the bags down and walked away. I picked the bags up, and one of them is light as air. I'm like, okay. So I take the bag inside and I open it up, and the drinks are completely empty. You can tell they had liquid in them. They were completely empty. So, granted, she has a mess all over her van now. But I was very disappointed. I mean, mistakes happen. And she didn't even apologize. She didn't say nothing. She just put the bag on like she delivered like she was supposed to. And turned around and walked away. Didn't say a word. Didn't even apologize. So, of course, I contact DoorDash and I ask them for, of course she didn't get a tip. And, I always tip, they always have like 3 levels. I don't know if you've ever used DoorDash, but they have 3 levels. They have like, the standard tip, they have the suggested tip, and then they have like the extra tip. And I had given her the extra tip of $6. $6 on $20 worth of food. That's a pretty good tip. So, of course, I told DoorDash, I'm like, don't tip her. I want my tip money back. And I want a refund for the drinks. So I did get $13 back. Which the drinks weren't $13 because it was a soda, which is $1. And then it was a large coffee, which was like $2 or $3. Okay, so I have absolutely no complaints about DoorDash. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't McDonald's fault. But it just seems like nobody knows customer service. I'm like, what does this person do for a living? I mean, at least in fast food, at least you sometimes, are taught if there's a problem, take care of it. If something happens, make sure you apologize. And of course, me doing 17 years of call center customer service. Sometimes, I'm just knowing what, I was training, how I was trained, and how customer service skills are part of your training and my experience and such. And I don't understand. I mean, if she spilled the drinks, why didn't she just, why did she deliver them like there's nothing wrong? Why didn't she just say, I am so sorry. Here's your drinks spilled all over my van. Here is your food. I will go back to McDonald's and get your drinks. Or I will make sure that you are refunded for the drinks or something. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She didn't have to be that. It's like, oh, I'm sorry the drink spilled, but I'll go ahead and take care of it for you. Or, like I said, go back to the McDonald's. I mean, it could be maybe she didn't have the money to get me replacements. But if she would have just taken responsibility. And it's just like, it doesn't seem like the youth of today know how to take responsibility for their actions. I mean, not all of them. I mean, there are some very respectable and responsible young adults. I mean, I'm not saying, but saying that all young adults are have don't take responsibility for their actions. But it just it just seems, having done customer service for 17 plus years, when you go to get services yourself, you go to the restaurant, you go to the grocery store, you go to anywhere, the clothing store, because you've spent so much time in training for customer service, you start critiquing the customer service. That the more I think about it, the more I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not mad that I didn't have my drinks. I'm disappointed, yes. I'm not mad that the Dasher did that. I'm fine. I mean, befuddled. I'm speechless. So, I mean, luckily DoorDash did take care of me, so I'm happy with that. And, luckily we had Scott had soda, and I had leftover coffee. I know people like, ew. I told my sister, I percolate my coffee now. And I always make one big whole pot, but I don't drink a whole pot in a day. And yesterday I only had 1 cup of coffee, so I had, 2/3 of a pot left. 1 pot makes 3 cups. And so I had 2 cups of coffee this morning, and I just heated it in the microwave after it sitting on the stove all day yesterday and last night. Sometimes I'll I'll empty the filter and put a clean filter in, and then repercolate it with just a clean filter to kind of filter out all the nasties that accumulate overnight. And it pretty much tastes almost like fresh coffee. It's just stronger. I was too lazy to do that today. Well, I'm not too lazy, because I usually do that while my food is heating up. But since my food was already here and almost cold because I took the time to contact DoorDash, I didn't want to take the time to do that with my coffee, so I just heated it in the microwave. So that's my story for today. If you've had any experiences with DoorDash or Dashers, you put that in the comments section below. It'd be kind of interesting to hear if you've had any issues yourself with them. I typically don't. And I've had some very, very wonderful, nice people. But now it's 2 now in a row that I've had an issue with. The one girl, last one, granted it was kind of sort of far away, and she didn't know the area. And I think I mentioned that in my video, but she went totally the wrong direction. So by the time she got here, my fries were cold. Yeah, I did mention that. Burger was good, though. I did mention that. So that's twice in a row. Maybe it's something telling me, don't DoorDash it no more. Okay, so enough about that. The other thing, though, that I'm toying around with is, just sitting here telling you about my day is getting a little boring because I don't usually do a whole lot during the day. So my thought is that I'm still going to do the videos every day because I made that commitment to myself and I'm going to do it. But my thought is thinking about having like each day of the week be a different theme. Like for instance, we'd have meal planning Mondays. We'll have, so then we'll plan our, I'll plan my meal on camera with you guys, or my menu on camera with you guys for Tuesday through Monday. And then Tuesday would be Topic Tuesday. And I just created an Instagram. So I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. But, every so often, I'll say, what topic do you want to hear about? What topic would you like me to discuss? Wednesdays will be in Weigh-In Wednesdays. And that would be the days, so once a week, instead of 7 days a week of boring law stuff. It'll just be on Wednesdays. I will weigh in on the scale, weigh in on how I'm doing, and then weigh in on, anything that is on my mind. Thursdays, haven't really come up with anything yet. Fridays, I haven't thought of that either. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I'm struggling with. And then like Sunday, I was thinking it could be Support Sunday. And, maybe if I feel brave enough, I'd jump on here live and, we just have a little online support group, or maybe I'll do a Zoom meeting. I don't know, because I don't know. But I know around here locally that there is not a Whole Foods plant-based support group. And I know there's a YouTube channel called Whole Foods Plant-Based Support Group. But it's not the type of support group like, Alcoholics Anonymous or Overeaters Anonymous. I'd like to be able to, maybe create a group like that. I don't know. I've never done anything like that. I know I go to my cancer support group, and, typically it's, whoever happens to show up, we usually get, especially if it's somebody new or somebody we haven't seen for a while, we always give an update on how we're doing. And then, we'll have our shares just like an AA meeting. Say, well, what happened this week, and then let everybody will, weigh in on it, and see again, everybody will, just support you and say, well, have you tried this, or have you tried that, or, and I think it's helped me with my cancer, and helped me get through some frustrations from treatment. It's helped me realize that I'm not alone. And I think something like that would be very helpful for me for, switching. So, I would love some feedback. Some ideas, especially on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. At some point I want to be able to try a vegan recipe. I'm not a recipe creator. I don't ever see myself being a recipe creator. I'm a recipe follower. So I think it would be neat to pick somebody's recipe on either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday and film me cooking it and giving my feedback on whether I liked it or not. And then Thursday or Friday would be the best of one of those. One of those 2 days would be the best because those would be the days that, except for summer, of course, but those would be days that my grandson would be in school. But I want to, TH for Thursday, F for Friday, and then the S would another S for Saturday. And the only reason I went with support Sunday was because most people are really busy on Saturday, and then Sundays are their relaxing days where they'll take time to, just de-stress before having to start the week again on Monday. So that's why I picked Sunday for the support. So yeah, just let me know what you think. I would love to have those comments. I haven't gotten any in a while, so I'm getting a little discouraged, but I'm not going to quit. And maybe I can get a little bit more active on Instagram so that maybe I can, cross over from one to the other. Haven't done the Facebook yet. I mean, I have my personal Facebook, but I would, that's for friends and family, not YouTube stuff. So, let me know what you think. That's the video for today, though, and please, please give those comments. Give me the thumbs up so that we can get some circulation on YouTube land. Subscribe so that you know when I upload the video every day. And if I'm able to get going on this idea in my head for each day of the week, you'll know when I do that. And then hit that notification bell so that when I upload the video every day. And in the meantime, you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for watching. And you have a... There I go, repeating myself again. And I will see you tomorrow.